What's going on, guys? It's Wreck-It Rob, TCG, bringing to you another video. In today's video, we've actually got something really cool. We're going to be talking about Adrive's stream that he did just today, and in that video, he was talking about the booster box that they're going to have open for Kickstarter starting November 15th. If you guys haven't heard, if you guys are new to the Elestrals space, please go and check out the Elestrals YouTube channel and Adrive's YouTube channel as well, because he's posting and he's the creator of it. In that, during the November 15th date, they're going to be dropping a whole bunch of different cards and packs and all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna talk about that in the video here. But yeah, so November 15th is when the date goes. In that, it's gonna go from the 15th, so it's gonna be on Kickstarter.org, I think is what it is. And it's going to go from November 15th to, he made a mention of it. I tried to find it, I couldn't find it, but I remember he said that it was December 5th, around there. It's usually on Kickstarter, it's like a 20-day campaign. It's kind of like a normal thing. And so that's basically the span of time in which you can expect to be able to place an order for cards, starter decks, booster boxes. They've got all kinds of stuff that he said that they were gonna release for that, and I'll kind of go over that here in the video. But yeah, so we're gonna start off with the booster box, which was kind of like the whole, like the thing that's been getting me really excited. I can't wait to open up a box and start doing card pack openings and stuff like that. So that's what we're gonna start with. So the booster box, he did an opening on stream. It was really cool. Saw some cards that we haven't seen before that he hasn't announced yet, and in that, you know, he was just opening them up and going through. And then the information that we're looking for is kind of like some pricing on it and what we can expect with that. So the booster box, he had made mention that the price that he is looking for just the Kickstarter dates is going to be anywhere from $99, like $100, to $120 is what he was saying was going to be kind of the price point that his team was looking to achieve. $100 was more favorable, and it's what he's looking to do. And all kind of varies depending on, you know, at the final product, final print, and how much people had bought into the Kickstarter for will kind of determine what the price of the box was going to be. But so far it's looking like it would be like $100 for the Kickstarter price. After that, when the game is like fully out and the Kickstarter's over, it'd probably go up to a regular, like some of the Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh boxes. Some of them are anywhere from like $120 to $140, and he said that it may go kind of MSRP kind of in that range. So, but for the Kickstarter, we should be expecting about $100 for a booster box. And in the box, when he was making all of this information known to us, so he said that there would be 36 packs in a box, which is also pretty standard. In that, you could expect to get 10 cards in each pack, and then you would get anywhere from 12 to 15 holographic cards of different rarities. So some of them would be like, you know, he was saying like you expect to get like 12 regular holo cards of varying cards, and then you could expect to get one spirit holo, and then one full art, and that's not guaranteed. It's like I said, it's anywhere from 12 to 15 cards, so that brings us to 14 cards. The 15th card, if you manage to get all of those in there, then the 15th card is the very rare stellar rare card type. So it's basically like in Pokemon you have a shiny, and in the Elestrals you have the same thing. So basically it's an alternate color scheme for an Elestral monster or a creature, and so those are going to be extremely rare. He has videos on this, but basically at the very bottom right hand side of the card, they are numbered from whatever number your card is to however many they printed, and that set number is going to be all that they print for, supposedly it's how it's supposed to work. So that is, yeah, that's kind of cool. But the price point is really nice. $100 is very feasible. I think it would definitely be enough to get his budget off the ground and also keep it very affordable for people that want to get into the Elestral space. So that's really cool. He said that for the printing, there is not going to be a limit. It's basically by demand or by purchase. So unlike how the starter decks were basically he had kind of a limited print, kind of not, because he took the orders and then, or he took everybody who purchased and then placed the order like a week later to the company that he made for, that he works with for the printing. And so with that, he was basically saying that there is no limit during this time period when you, or like how many boxes you want to order, how many like other things you want to order. There's not going to be a limit, because after the December 15th supposed date, he will, you know, tally everything up, and then he will send it all the orders of how much quantity he needs to the companies that he's having manufacture these products, and then he's going to, you know, then they're going to start working on it. And so, you know, you can buy as much as you want in that time, which is great. With that, let's see here. I've got kind of a little thing that I'm kind of working on here, so I can kind of keep this pretty concise. So he also mentioned the starter decks. So the starter decks that he had already had were the prototypes, and with that, those aren't going to be legal play, but obviously they were meant to come out as a full release during the Kickstarter. So the price points, unfortunately, they kind of stayed the same as when the prototype buy period was, which was those decks were $30 a piece. So those are going to stay roughly the same. He said that it could be anywhere from $25, which was more likely, but he said it could go to $30, which was the original price point for the prototypes. And if you buy, if you end up buying, he has like different bundles that he's going to be offering, and he didn't show us any of this, he was just talking about it. But if you end up buying like the 5-pack of starter decks, then you could expect to have the price point at about $100, which is nice. So it kind of keeps it a little bit more cost effective there. And then the expected timetable, like, so obviously he doesn't know how many people are going to be ordering. He doesn't know, you know, there's a lot of variables going on with this Kickstarter, you know, and so he obviously is hoping to break goals and will really kind of set the stage for this release of the game. And so with that, he was saying that based on how many people or how many orders were placed, or, you know, purchases were made and order was placed, the expected delivery date for these products of varying things, you could expect as late as August of 23. So that is a little bit unfortunate, but it makes sense if you think about it, because it's a huge order that people are putting in. And if you're like comparing it to like, oh, I could just go to a store and buy a regular card game, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, etc. Obviously, they are both way bigger and have been printing cards for a much longer period of time. You know, this is going to be the very first order, so it will obviously get better as time goes on. He'll come out with more sets, and you'll be able to place different orders and buy different things. But for this very first one, it's getting the ball rolling. So, you know, when you place the order, you want to keep that in mind. August is about... He said that he would like to shoot for closer to, like, May, but keeping to, you know, realistic standards, keep the August date in mind, because that's very likely what it could be. So yeah, it's a little longer than obviously you would like. It's like 8 months after he places, because you have to think that he probably won't get the orders for all of this stuff placed until like the end of December into January. So that's likely what it's going to be, but it does give us more time. And obviously, like I said, he more than likely is going to come out with more products as it goes on, because this is just the Kickstarter date. Eventually, he's just going to start putting this stuff up on his actual web store, and so you'll just be able to go there and do that. So I don't know exactly how he plans to do all this, but yeah, that's basically when you place these orders, just keep the August date in mind. He mentioned that there was going to be various bundles for, like, if you say you got... say you wanted like 2 starter decks and then you wanted to buy a booster. There's going to be like certain bundles that he has pre-set up for that to both help you save a little money, but also to kind of boost the sales a little bit. So with that, I mean, he never said exactly specifically what was going to be like bundled together, but he did make mention like boosters and starter decks were going to be kind of bundled together. Other stuff that he kind of, I mean, some of this we knew, but other items that may become available during the Kickstarter. He's been working on Elestral plushies. Like, if you watch his videos and stuff like that, on the table behind him, he's got plushies, and he's been posting it all over his Twitter and stuff like that. So you can actually see that he's got these plushies, like, pre-done, and they're prototypes, but he has said that there are going to be, like, 4 to 5 plushies available for order. So if you're into that kind of thing, you want to kind of spice up your room, stuff like that, then, yeah, you could order something like that. I'm sure they're going to be available. He made mention to having blister packs available, so that's kind of cool. So if you didn't feel like buying a whole box for, like, $100, and you just wanted to buy, like, say, a pack of, you know, 2 or 3 or however many he's going to group together in those. Maybe just make single pack an option, but you know, yeah, kind of stuff like that. He said that there were probably going to be play mats for sale. You'd have to imagine that he's probably got some custom sleeves. He did say that he was working on getting custom dice made, although he was saying that the mold for that, like getting the molds, because he was doing it a very specific way, he said that those are taking a little bit longer, so they probably won't make the Kickstarter date, but he does have stuff like that. So within all of this, it's a really cool update. It's a really big update because I personally have been waiting for the booster box information to come out and be official. You know, I've heard rumors and speculation, but this is concrete. This is from him. You know, we heard this, and it's great because this is really what is gonna move this game along and kind of bring it to a much wider audience, especially being on Kickstarter, which has a really nice following and platform. So I mean, all goes well, like, we could have a really, really good turnout, because we've got plenty of people in the community that are kind of chomping at the bit, myself definitely included, but this is really cool information, and this is like the first video that I'm doing where I'm kind of showing and doing kind of like an update, because he's been doing updates for weeks now on, like, every single day he's had a different update going on for like a card drop or a full art reveal or something like that in preparation of the Kickstarter. And so I kind of wanted to make a video kind of grabbing at that and kind of showing you guys, you know, a different style that I plan to do, which is kind of making like news updates and stuff like that. So, you know, expect more of these videos. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. All of that stuff really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm stuff. If you guys want to see more content, I just got done posting a battle video on my channel, as well as I've got a couple deck breakdowns. I plan to have a couple more, and yeah, just more content. I plan to keep kind of pushing ahead with this. I'm gonna work on getting a rhythm together, so, you know, I'm working on getting all of that, you know, between work and all that, so, you know, I plan to keep coming out with content and making this a fun experience for you guys. So if you do like it, please subscribe and hit the bell notification, and you'll be able to get information on when I'm dropping new videos. And I appreciate you guys stopping by. Have a good one.